orange carrot. The tasty, crispy, sweet and fresh vegetable that we all tend to like. If you despise carrots, then you might want to skip this video. Or not, if you're a curious person like me. There's a story that has been making its way around the internet for quite a few years now. That the main carrots are nowadays orange because Dutch farmers wanted to honor the Dutch royal family called Van Oranje-Nassau or of Orange-Nassau back in the 16th century. But is that really the truth, or is there another reason as to why most of our carrots are orange today? Because truthfully, it almost sounds too good to be true. Who in their right mind honors someone with a vegetable, right? Flowers, sure, but vegetables? So whether the majority of today's carrots are truly orange because of a homage to the Dutch royals, or if it's just a broodje aapverhaal, the literal translation of that is little bread monkey story, but it basically means that it's a made-up story. So whether it is true or not is what we're going to find out in this video. It sounds funny and too good of a story to be true. Orange carrots being the most widespread color of all the carrots out there, and only because Dutch farmers wanted to honor the royal family. Now, not everyone is a fan of the royals, some love them, others despise them. But royal families have a lot of interesting history surrounding them, let's just put it like that. Carrots exist in all shapes, sizes and colors, from purple to white to yellow to, you guessed it, orange. This delicious vegetable comes pretty close to the entire rainbow. Did you actually know that carrots descend from the dinosaur times? Researchers found that the carrot split with the grape around 130 million years ago, and from the kiwi about 10 million years after that. Over thousands of years, the carrots moved from a tough and bitter root to a sweet, pigmented and edible root. It went from its seeds being used as a medicine to a vegetable that is eaten in countless of dishes. It is said that the carrots were originally purple with a thin root, but then a mutant came along, and this removed the purple pigmentation, which created the yellow carrots. And the current main orange carrots derive from the yellow varieties. So the cultivated orange carrots of today are derived from the wild carrot. The original carrots that were domesticated in Central Asia were purple and yellow, and are said to have been first domesticated in the Iranian plateau and Persia around the 9th or 10th century. From there, the carrot cultivation spread west to North Africa and Europe and east in Asia. But the wild carrot is indigenous to both Europe, North Africa and Western Asia, with its center of diversity in Central Asia and present-day Afghanistan. Orange carrots were mentioned here and there in earlier history, but it wasn't until the 6th century after the domestication of the carrot that the orange roots were consistently mentioned in the historical records. Some say that the first orange roots were derived from the yellow varieties and appeared in present-day Spain, Italy, Turkey and or Germany in the 15th or 16th century and quickly became the predominant color. But many other people state that it's not entirely clear where the first orange carrot appeared in Europe. Many researchers conclude that orange carrots were selected from yellow cultivated carrots, but also that the orange carrots are hybrids between European cultivated and wild carrots. All this information is based on historical documents, paintings, geographical distribution of the wild carrot and orange cultivated carrot and so on. The orange carrot is said to have existed probably as early as the 6th century, but it was cultivated into the modern edible plant in the 16th century in the Netherlands. So here we're finally getting to the real big question, a bit of history beforehand. Why did the predominant color of our beloved carrots become orange? Is it really, like people say, an homage to the Dutch royal family, named of Orange by Dutch farmers, or is the family not even part of the story? It's the 16th century in the Netherlands. The Netherlands is occupied by Spain, the Spanish Habsburgs to be exact. You know, those with the interesting faces. The 16th century is a time of a big uprising in the present Netherlands, which led to the 80-year war between the Dutch and the Spanish that eventually finished on the 15th of May 1648 with the peace treaty of Münster, where the Netherlands became an independent republic. One story says that Dutch farmers cultivated the orange carrots to honor the stadholders of the Van Oranje of Orange family. And at that time, the Netherlands was already a large export country with farming products, which is why orange carrots spread fast all across the globe. Another story says that when the Netherlands was finally an independent country after the brutal 80-year war against the Spanish, where basically entire towns were murdered, the son of William of Orange, the stadholder of the Netherlands, and his wife thought that it would be a brilliant idea if the Netherlands would become crazy of orange, because of their last name, obviously. In the same manner of how Dutch people nowadays are orange crazy during the Olympics and football tournaments. They say that we painted buildings orange, have orange trees throughout the country, though they were too expensive for the peasants, and that the Netherlands would be known as a carrot land. Not the carrot land in New Zealand. And the carrot farmers in the Netherlands went to farm and grow more orange carrots to celebrate the family of Orange becoming the people in power. Now, honestly, these are great stories and would be even greater if they were true, but unfortunately for you and me and everyone else that loves a good story, it's not the truth. At least, not completely. There is simply no complete evidence that the orange carrot became the main carrot because of the present royal family, and the real proof will probably never come. We don't even exactly know how the cultivated carrots came to the Netherlands exactly, but we do know that once the cultivated carrots were in the Netherlands, that the Dutch soil was perfect for them, and they were more than thriving. During the 16th and 17th century, our trusty carrots were an important food for most people. But during that time, not all of those carrots were orange. Many were still white or yellow carrots. But Dutch farmers did have a big preference for the orange carrots and selected those carrots, who they then crossed with other carrot species. So this created a large variety of orange carrots. Historians haven't found any source that says farmers cultivated orange carrots for the House of Orange. There are a few reasons that historians have found for why Dutch farmers made the orange carrots the main carrot today. The first theory is because we simply prefer the tastiest carrot, which is the orange one. They are softer and at the time less mushy than other carrots, and other carrot species often gave dishes a bit of a disgusting look with the colors. It sometimes turned the water a bit muddy looking, which made a meal look a lot less pleasant. Another reason is that Dutch farmers made most of them orange as a sort of trademark. Between the yellow, purple and white carrots you could easily spot the orange colors. The next theory is that the orange-colored vegetables were simply part of fashion at the time. And the last theory is simply color. Back in the times, people always tried their best to have food with colors as it tasted good, but mostly it simply looks great on the table. The present Dutch royal family also doesn't associate themselves with carrots, instead they associate themselves with oranges. So you can also see that on paintings of the past members of the family, they're not painted with carrots, but with oranges. So where does the story that the Dutch farmers created the orange ones for the Dutch royals come from? It is said that the main source comes from the surroundings of Horen and Alkmaar, and it probably has something to do with marketing. Stories sell and so do our carrots. The more you know.